You want to learn faster and be able to remember information better than anyone else in your field? You're in the right place. Let me guess. You spend hours watching YouTube videos, reading books, or listening to podcasts, but somehow you still struggle to recall the information when you need it most. What if I told you that learning isn't just about consuming content, but about retaining and applying it? Today I'm sharing some of the most powerful, science-backed methods to help you learn anything faster, smarter, and with less effort. And trust me, some of these techniques will surprise you. Let's unlock a whole new way of learning your brain has been waiting for. Let's be honest, most of us were told what to learn, but no one ever taught us how to learn. You can watch hours of videos, read thick books, take notes for days, but if you can't recall the information later, none of it really matters. Learning is not just about input. It's about being able to retrieve, apply, and build on what you've learned. You have been in the research phase of your business or trying to study for that test, but even now you didn't complete that research, or better yet, you are not ready for that test. What if I told you that you can change this and study faster and more efficiently? It starts with the mindset. Mindset matters. Here's a secret. Your mindset sets the tone for how well you learn. If you open a book and immediately think, this is boring or I'll never get this, your brain interprets that as pain, something to avoid. And guess what? It shuts down your focus. But if you tell yourself, today I'll figure out just one part of this topic, you reprogram your brain to engage. For example, if online marketing feels confusing, don't aim to understand everything. Just say, today I'll figure out how to write one ad. That small shift tells your brain, this is doable. Let's go. The Feynman Technique. Now here's one of the most effective strategies for faster learning. The Feynman Technique. Let me ask you, can you explain what you just learned to a 10-year-old? That's the test. Here's how it works. Take the topic you're learning. Explain it out loud in your own words without using complicated jargon. Notice where you get stuck. Go back, review those parts, and try again. This forces your brain to simplify, clarify, and truly understand. It turns you from a passive learner into an active one. And once you can explain something simply, you own it. Allow yourself to fail. Here's something most people don't want to admit. We avoid learning new skills because we're afraid to fail. You don't try that new sport or start that business or learn that software because you're scared of messing up. But guess what? Failure is part of the learning process. Every skill starts with failure, then reflection, then adjustment, and then results. You've seen those people who go viral once and disappear, right? It's because they didn't go through the learning process. But the ones who fail, reflect, and improve, they become the ones who can consistently win. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. The 80-20 learning filter. Here's a curious fact most people don't know. In almost every subject, 20% of what you learn gives you 80% of the results. This is the Pareto principle. So instead of trying to learn everything, ask yourself, what's the high-impact 20% I need to focus on first? Want to start a business? Focus on sales and customer psychology, not your logo. Learning how to cook? Master the basic techniques first. Don't start with gourmet dishes. The faster you identify the most useful parts of a topic, the faster you make progress. Be curious about what matters most, and let the rest wait. Trick your brain into loving learning. Did you know your brain loves novelty? Every time you do something new, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. So if learning feels boring, it's time to shake things up. Change your environment. Study at a coffee shop, a park, or even a new room. Switch from reading to listening to podcasts. Try drawing diagrams or pretending you're teaching a YouTube audience. Have you ever seen people working in coffee shops or reading books in the parks? It is not that they don't have offices to work, but they want a change of environment. The more fun and creative your learning process is, the faster your brain absorbs the information. Eat for brain power. Want to learn faster? Feed your brain the right fuel. Too much sugar or junk food leads to brain fog. If you want clarity and focus, eat like your brain matters. Foods like berries, nuts, leafy greens, and fish help boost brain function. Even the most successful people who could eat anything choose clean, nourishing food. Not because it's trendy, but because their performance depends on it. So the next time you sit down to learn, Make sure your brain is fully supported. Use a timer. Ever wonder why you can finish a month-long assignment the night before it's due? That's Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time you give it. Meaning if you allocate a certain amount of time to a task, you will complete at that given time. The more the allocated time, the more time it will take to complete. So instead of saying, I'll study all day, set a timer, 30 minutes, no distractions. When your brain knows time is limited, it works faster and better. You don't need more time, you need more focus within time. Learning doesn't have to be boring and difficult if done right. You need to start with the right mindset, allow yourself to fail, use the 80-20 rule, make learning fun and new, eat brain-boosting foods, use a timer for deep focus. You don't need to be a genius, you just need the right methods and a curious mind. If this video helped you, hit that like button and drop a comment. What skill are you learning next? And of course, subscribe for more mind-shifting content like this. If your brain feels 10% smarter right now, don't worry, that's normal. Side effects may include confidence, competence, and accidentally correcting other people's grammar.